Hello, in this video we will discuss about the Cahill cycle or glucose-alanine cycle, and we will also understand the Cori cycle. Both are same but their function is different. So here is the muscle of the person and liver. In the in the glucose alanine cycle, basically the carbon and amine group will be transported into the liver, and this amine group and carbon basically is convert again that structure we will discuss also. So alanine and glucose cycle, what that means? It means the alanine will convert again glucose and glucose again convert into the alanine. So this cycle is continued. So here is we will discuss about here is the muscle cell and here is the hepatocyte. For example, the muscle cell during the excess of the glycogen, this glycogen requires the glucose production so for energy. So the glycogenolysis will be occur to produce glucose, and this glucose will produce the pyruvate in the form of glycolysis and to produce ATP. So this pyruvate will not go into the mitochondria for produce acetyl-CoA and produce the ATP. So here is the muscle protein also degrade. So basically the muscle protein to produce amino, and amino will be a metabolite metabolism to produce amine group or ammonia. So this ammonia will bind with the glutamate to produce the 2-alanine, 2 molecule of alanine from the 2-pyruvate due to the alanine transferase enzyme to release the alpha ketoglutarate, and 2-alanine will enter into the blood circulatory system, and this here is the sugar into the blood circulatory system, and it can be entered into the muscle or hepatocyte. So remember about that. So let's begin to understand the alanine is formed in the muscle. This alanine will move into the blood circulatory system. So here is the kidney which that is also reabsorb the alanine and will not excrete. So in this way, the alanine, 2-alanine will be entered into the blood circulatory system, and this alanine basically go into the hepatocyte. When going to the hepatocyte, it will be again convert into the 2-pyruvate in the presence of alpha ketoglutarate. Here is again opposite. Alpha ketoglutarate will convert into the glutamate. Again, this is the opposite, and the glutamate will be further biosynthesis or to produce the amine group, and this amine group basically, and here is the pyruvate, will again convert by the 2 NAD plus to produce 2 NADH, and 6 ATP is used for the gluconeogenesis to produce glucose in the liver. So in this way the glucose will be again formed, and in the muscle was the glucose will be degraded into the 2-alanine. So here is the alanine will be converted into the glucose is known as a gluconeogenesis. And here is important thing is that carbon dioxide will bind with the amine group to form a carbamoyl phosphate. And in this way, the ornithine will be bind to produce citrulline, and citrulline by the aspartate will be bind to produce arginine and arginosuccinate. So this arginosuccinate lyase enzyme and arginosuccinate synthase enzyme use, and fumarate will be separated for the Krebs cycle, and the arginine will be by the hydrolysis to produce the urea, and the urea will be excreted, and again this cycle will be occur from the arginine to produce again the carbamoyl phosphate synthase enzyme to produce the carbamoyl phosphate. So in this way the basically the fumarate is used for the Krebs cycle, but here important thing is that the urea will be excreted through kidney. So what is that, and what is we what are we what is the meaning of this? Basically here is the glucose will be enter again into the blood circulatory system. So up and down of the glucose level will maintain by this mechanism is known as the glucose alanine cycle. So in this way the alpha ketoglutarate and glutamate, which that is opposite in the hepatocyte and muscle cell. So here is the Cori cycle we will discuss about, which that is involve the multiple organ, basically the liver, muscles, kidney, and as well as the red blood cells. So for example, what is Cori cycle? So Cori cycle is used for the prevent of the lactic acidosis. What does that mean? It means the lactic acid is produced due to the excess of the exercise. So it means the lactic acidosis is the excessive accumulation of the lactic acid or lactate and in muscle under anaerobic condition. What that means? Anaerobic condition means without using oxygen. It means we are when we will work hard and work more exercise, so it means the high intensity of exercise will consume less oxygen. Why? Because requirement of oxygen was more, so the less oxygen will be required, so the anaerobic respiration will begin and will lead to glucose to pyruvate formation, and pyruvate will be not further go into the acetyl CoA and to produce more ATP from the electron transport chain. That is mean the lactic acid formation. So in this way, that is important things you should know about that. So here I am drawing the liver cell, hepatocyte, and here is the kidney, as well as here I am drawing the muscle, red blood cell, and brain cell, etc., etc. So here is the liver contain a glucose, for example. This glucose will be converted into the it will be produced by the gluconeogenesis. So in the muscle, basically, when high intensity workout, less oxygen consumption, to produce glucose produce the 2-pyruvate, and this 2-pyruvate again convert into the 2-lactate, and this 2-lactate is produce the use ATP and produce NADH, as well as other thing is the mitochondria. This mitochondria will be inhibited by less amount of oxygen requirement. So the 2-lactate will be produced and the proton will be bound to produce the lactic acid from the carbonic acid dissociation. So the lactic acid will be increased in the blood to increase the acidity and decrease the pH. While on the other hand, the lactic acidosis will be occur, and the 2-pyruvate can be entered into the again into the hepatocyte. So for this is the lactic acid will enter into the hepatocyte, and it is when proton will be released, so produce lactate, or when proton will be absorbed to produce lactic acid. So in this way the 2-pyruvate, and this 2-pyruvate basically is to convert into glyconeogenesis. So in this way the cycle will continue.